Jez, what do you think about going to the same school as who's Mick?
Poor old Mick, eh? He wasn't a popular
Simply Fred.
Simply Fred.
Simply Fred, that's it.
Yeah.
He wasn't a very popular lad, was poor old Mick, and he would have you all believe that it was Tom Brown's school days that he went to, but it's just a normal school, really. And unfortunately Mick didn't fit in very well, but he's done well. The lad's done well ever since, hasn't he?
He has, yeah.
The lad done good. Lad done good for himself.
Got a good pair of pipes on him.
Very
pair of pipes, set of pipes. Yeah.
Maybe he has, we don't know.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with his music, so. Careful. Is John a hard taskmaster, or is he very laid back when recording mode at Crimea?
I'd just like to take this opportunity to say I think John is a warm and wonderful human being.
And he means that most sincerely.
Hey, you're quite funky these days, John, I think. Hey, you're quite laid back, quite chill.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm the chill kid, mate.
Yeah, you're on form at weekend.
Shut it.
Like that. Stump.
I don't know if this says to develop Alan's final question about John as a hard taskmaster. Does John bring any of his school teachers' traits into the recording studio?
Oh.
I write this as an ex... Can you be quiet while I'm doing this?
Yes.
Yes.
I write this as an ex-teacher who tended to sustain teacherly habits for quite a while after going into the classroom. No offence intended. I didn't ask you to speak, Fletcher. No phones in here.
Sorry, sir.
Put your phone away.
Sorry.
Or it will be confiscated and you'll get it back at the end of the week. Sorry, where were we?
Well, there was a time when you made him write I must not be a dick 100 times.
And the honest... oh, yeah, I remember that actually. The only way spelt right was dick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You can answer that now.
No, I don't think he does. I don't think John brings any of his shit. It's probably the other way around. I think he brings real life into the school classroom.
Very much so, yeah. Have you a favourite BGH track that you've not yet played live?
Well, I have. Aforementioned that Children of the Disappeared.
Yes.
And from Woolly's catalogue. I always wanted to... Well, we've hatched a plan, me and Woolly, to try and do Sea of Tranquility once upon a time. Yeah, and I've done a load of work and I've programmed it all, and sadly we never got to do it. Yeah. And I wanted to do Ra, but he always ruled that one out.
Did you?
But I thought those would be great additions to the set. I don't know you boys.
Yeah. Well, I
had to do this thing about 1970. I think it was 1972. And for that, Malcolm Down.
Oh yeah,
I'll tell. There was a very funny something. And when I've not played the album since we did it, and I played the album, and this track of Woolly's, and it brought back a really amazing. You'll like it.
Yeah.
I'll not tell you on here, but it's very, very funny. And I hadn't realised that this track was on this album and what had transpired when it was done, you know. But it's really typical Woolly. Anyway, so where were we?
The tracks that we were...
Have you got any then?
No, well, I'd like Death of a City, but we did do that, didn't we? It did come to...
I like that sort of period of, the Death of a City.
Yeah.
It's a nice little period.
Well, we messed around with Sideshow once upon a time, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Because we'll get on to that question a bit more.
Yeah. Do any of you have a hat which you care to donate to Vince upon the release of the new album?
Wow.
Hat size 6 7/8.
I'm sure that we
I'm
could
sure we
arrange
can muster one up. In fact, we've got one that'll light up as he's scoffing it.
Indeed,
so.
yeah.
It'll illuminate the roof of his mouth
as well.
So now there's some questions from Vince.
Oh, right, okay.
All right, Vince.
You've nailed the songs, but there is still room for improvement in the visual department. So which of you will be sporting a pair of leather trousers, kaftan, orange suit in the forthcoming shows?
No, I don't think we need any visual effects really. We're pretty, we're just pretty normal guys. We're not starry at all, are we? Yeah,
No.
we don't
Not really.
No big time Charlies in this band, apart from John, really.
I don't think there's anything we really need to improve. You know, you can't improve on perfection, can you, Jeremy?
We're not talking about Leslie's band now. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. Right. Jez, you were a fan. Did you ever see the original band live?
No, I didn't actually. I don't really know why. I think it might have been down to amongst my mates. I don't think there were. I like Barclay James House, but there weren't many others that subscribed to my point of view. So as we tended to go as a few of us, and never dragged them down. So unfortunately not.
You did, didn't you?
Yes, I saw it at the Polo.
Oh, I'm asking you.
Sorry, sir.
I'll lead in that too.
Yeah.
That
Oh yeah, I refer
Yeah,
the
sorry.
honourable member to the previous question. Yeah.
Jez, you're a banker. What was your part in the banking crisis that has brought the economy to...
It's a fair cop, Governor. I done it all.
Yeah, fish up to that Met Brinks as well, are you?
Have any of you, during the making of this album, had the balls, I think it's meant to be, to stand up to John and say, John, that just won't do, you can do better?
No.
Absolutely not.
Moving on, victims of
Deep water,
circumstances.
move on.
Victims of circumstances, loved by some fans, loathed by others. Where do you stand on this most important of questions?
Let's see. I ran a band that John was managing at the time then, so we came down to see you at Wembley on that tour. So I liked it, mate, because it's a good period in my life. But it does split the fans.
It does.
And I can see why.
Love the cover. I like some of the songs, but not one of my favourite albums, it's fair to say.
It's a great album.
That's the album that was recorded at this Lord, wasn't it? And I remember being persuaded by David Walker not to quit the band. I remember sitting in his car on the motorway in Holland and him convincing me that it would be a mistake to leave at that juncture. In retrospect, I probably think he was wrong, but that's what I remember about that. It was at Visceral Studios, wasn't it? And we were living in Helverston. And I took great exception to the fact that I came with all these songs with lyrics, one of which was called Victims of Circumstance, Convicted Without a Crime. And it suddenly became someone else's song and became the album title when it was originally a line from a song. And I got a bit worked up about that, really. Seriously pissed off. It's happened a few times, but that was really black and white.
Yeah.
JLBGH are very much a northern band. Hand up those of you who have kept ferrets.
I've got setting my trousers as we speak.
Vince, you're a dick.
Is that a ferret or are you just pleased to see me? Yeah.
Easy Napoleon.
Do you want that again? Vince, you're a dick.
It's not ferrets, it's storks we keep. What's the matter with you, man? Everybody knows.
Mind you, having said that, I said that flat cap like that. And when I drove off the drive, G and Owen were going like, oh no,
Yeah, that's
what's
right.
he like? Yeah, I've got a ferret and a flat. I have had a ferret. I've kept ferrets.
Wow.
Yeah, we had Durrick the ferret.
Derek the ferret.
Good name for a ferret.
And we had to, when we lived at Sherbrooke, this was funny. This funny story. This when we lived at Sherbrooke, when all and I first going out, and I moved from the Preston house, early doors to there, and we had a pet ferret called Derek, and they knocked the piggery down on Running Hill,
Yeah.
and all the rats legged it, and they went
Yeah.
through every property on the way down to
Except
the village. No, they went into Sherbrooke Hall, and we had to rescue Derek from a cage full of rats.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Petrified ferrets.
Yeah. Frightened ferret. It's like a vegetarian lion, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
I mean, we had
They
a
project so shit.
how did you get
Oh.
that?
Get their arse inside a cage and project them.
Did it?
Grim.
I can remember as a kid we had a neighbour as a child.
You really wanted to know that,
Robin
didn't you?
kept ferrets.
Hello and welcome to Zoo Time.
Johnny Morris, Animal Magic. I can remember as a kid this guy, Joe Broadbent, kept ferrets in the row of houses that I lived. I'm only about 6 or 7 or something. And I can remember outside one day with my best player and I was poking it and he said, he had the back door open. He said, "You don't want to go doing that?" And I'm like, yeah. And I waited for his son coming out playing with me, so I kept poking the finger in. And as I put my finger through the wire, this ferret latched onto it. So I went, "Ah!" And I was banging its head against the wire next, going, "Get off me, get off me." And they ended up dragging all the cage over, dragging it to the back door, going, "Joe, it's got me. With a hutch on the end of my hand. It didn't bite the finger off, unfortunately for John.
A few years ago, there used to be a programme on TV where it was basically Jack Hargreaves in a shed. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Bob Fleming here.
Yeah, that was the one.
It went straight up my Auntie Murray's skirt, this ferret. Of all the people in this room, she was like a really Victorian sort of, really sort of mousy lady, sat between my mum and dad, and they came up to Sherbrooke and Owen brought ferret in for my dad to look at. Put it down and it went woof, straight up his skirt. Right, okay. Enough of ferrets.
Enough.